the year is coming to a close. 2025, let it be a year where you actually sit down with the markets and actually try and trade each and every single week. Whenever you do make your profits, keep it to yourself. Pay yourself, really invest into different types of things. We have meme coins now. Look into those types of. Welcome back to another YouTube video, Flairfx, where we make trading very simple. It is another week, it is another dollar, guys. The year is coming to an end, so we need to make sure we capitalize on the positions, right? So now, in this video's title, as you can see, we're going to be looking at NASDAQ, gold, and Bitcoin once again, guys. I think we're going to be chilling with these pairs, especially end of the year, because these are the most moving pairs that we can be trading, right? But nonetheless, guys, it's road to 1,000 subscribers. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button, click the like button as well. My mic is not yet fixed, but I'll keep on pushing this content for you guys. Please hit the subscribe button, guys. It is very good for the channel. But nonetheless, let's get into the video. All right. So this is NASDAQ on the daily time frame, guys. Hence, I was also saying, like, with the way market structure or the market has been moving, or price action, so to say, like looking at it from the past week, that price action we had from Monday, Tuesday, all the way to Friday, it's not too much, and I'm not surprised, mainly because of where we are in the year. Everything's slowing down a bit. So we still have like what, relatively another 3 to 4 weeks of price action. So we have to make sure we leverage it heavy, guys. But now, looking at base off of this thing, we weren't paying attention with this with the team, right? We saw that NASDAQ has been on an uptrend because of what? Breaks of structure. What do breaks of structure indicate? Trend continuation, bingo bango, right? We have a nice low over here, we have a nice high over there, we even have a nice purge of liquidity over here, showing us price has already taken the liquidity, bingo bango. We come in with our Fibonacci retracement tool for the indices, and it highlights the zone, right? And it's the spot that we were looking at. Part of us were even looking at the zone over here. I think I broke this down last week as well. I'll just put the link over here so you can watch it as well. So it was very similar. We were looking at the zone over here. Price has already pushed into this area and started pushing all the way to the top. For me, I haven't seen a lot of momentum, especially from NASDAQ. So a part of me feels like this is like a counter trend trade. Like price is just gonna push up, really respect this, and then sell all the way to the downside. So the plan for this guy is really paying attention to how he reacts, especially once he gets to this point over here, because it is a nice fair value gap as well. Tapping over to the 4 hour time frame, bingo bango. As you can see, it's like price is just choppiness, but it is moving in some sort of a direction, right? So I just hope that the momentum does push all the way to the top. Maybe NFP we get like a break of structure, and then we continue skyrocketing all the way to the top. But for now, like what I would say is that the markets have calmed down, especially after the elections, and it's nice to see, especially for beginner traders who want to tap into the market. It's easier for you to understand what's happening and really take the time to really pay attention to your strategy and as if it's working or not, guys. So now, a part of me has been thinking, guys, like I hear a lot of you guys have been saying that you want a boot camp for December. Some of you guys want to really focus on the scale. So if you are interested in the boot camp, guys, I will probably make a video. I don't have a mic, right? So now I'll make a video for the guys who are interested in joining the boot camp. We do like a whole, maybe it could be a 2 week thing, a 2 week breakdown where we really focus on like for the beginners, basically. So it's like a beginner's course for the guys who want to really tap in, right? We also have an intermediate thing, but that's something that I will be thinking about down the line, guys. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. I will be communicating it throughout the thing, so you guys, we can all work together. Maybe we can have the bootcamp January. We'll get in the slots and then we all push together and see how it works, guys. But nonetheless, let's get into breaking down gold. All right. So, like I said last week, I've rarely saw Nasdaq and gold climbing. Right, with Nasdaq, as you can say, it was a pretty choppy market, but with gold, we're seeing a lot of momentum and it's climbing way more heavier than what is this Nasdaq, right? So now, paying attention to market structure in and of its own, we're seeing that okay, cool, price made this low, pushed all the way to the top, made this high, proceeded to make this low, and then proceeded to make this high, right? We can classify this as a break of structure. So the trend is continuously moving higher and higher, right? BOS. And then price has pushed all the way to the downside and broke the significant low. So we can categorize this as a what? As a change of character. So we're looking for more selling opportunities, guys. Remember, changes of character indicate trend reversal, and then breaks of structure indicate trend continuation, right? So now this is what we're seeing. A high and a low has been formed. Prices push all the way to the top. We have a nice fair value gap as well that's chilling over here. So now with gold, one thing I'm noticing as well is that like it's no longer following the indices, the like the gold Fibonacci retracement tool, right? The way we usually go about it is like executing based off of the 50%. Usually gold would push all the way to the top over here, respect the zone and sink all the way to the downside, the 50% mark. But these days I'm noticing that it's not. It's just it requires a little bit more back testing. But in and of its own, we understand that we're looking for more selling opportunities, right? And for what I can see on the far left, there isn't really much to look at on the 4 hour time frame. Hence why the daily time frame looks really, really fruitful. I'll even tap back onto the daily time frame one more time. So on the daily time frame, what we can see is that we have a fair value gap over here, right? And then we also have an order block relatively above it. So now we can anticipate that maybe gold wants to pull up all the way to the top over here, respect the zone, and then start sinking all the way to the downside. And we can have a whole downward spiral, especially for our guy gold, right? So now with gold, it's just a situation where we have to be very, very picky with the way we trade it, because either like gold is a very volatile pair, guys. Like that's one thing I've also noticed. So it's just having a matter of understanding when to be like when to be on the charts and when to be off, guys. And for me, with experience and with time on the markets, like I've noticed, approaching end of November, I just stay away from the charts, guys. Like I think for me, it's a time where I really take it. I would say my vacation. You know, it might be early, but usually my year starts off a bit earlier than everybody else's. So I really like to let the markets do what they do, especially at the end of the year, because you find yourself trading markets that are not moving, guys. So now for gold, what we can see is that price has rallied all the way to the top. We have an order block. It is at a fair value gap, and we have a change of character. So that's indicating to us that we are on a downtrend, right? So what I was saying to you guys is for this guy gold is what I was anticipating for gold is it coming to the zone over here, playing around this area, right? Gold playing around this area and then sinking all the way to the downside, right? So it's a matter of a patience game. Like I said, guys, let's see the 4 hour time frame and how we can look at this thing, right? On the 4 hour time frame, it isn't as clean as we'd like it to see as well. As you can see, like it's just been rallying all the way to the top, not much clean fair value gaps. Like you know, I don't like that. I like to see things like this, momentum candlesticks, guys. That's showing you that people are being involved in these choppy candles. Yes, as much as we are flying to one direction, we need momentum, guys. That's what we're trading off of. But now let's move over to Bitcoin. I'm sure you guys have been waiting for that one. We're really, really close to 100K, but we'll see how it does move throughout the week. All right. So this is Bitcoin on the daily time frame, guys. And this guy is keep on buying. Like, let me even move it to the side so we can see what you call this, the figures, so it's easier for us to really understand what we're talking about. But this is Bitcoin, guys. I just wanted to pull this thing all the way to the far right so we can both focus on the figures, seeing how we can trade this thing together, right? So now, as you guys can see, this thing has pushed all the way to the top. It's rallied all the way to the top. It has a lot of momentum. It has left some imbalances behind. Hence why I was thinking before this, I think it's like the week's price action, right? I was anticipating it's gonna come all the way to the downside, fill out these fair value gaps, but that didn't happen, right? And we're relatively closer to 100K. Like I think right now we are chilling, or we're sitting pretty just shy of 100K. Like we are literally 99,852, right? So now, what's the next move, Mr. Flair? I reckon that we do have a daily fair value gap, right? So when we go over to the lower time frames, you can't really see it as much as we'd like to, right? So for us, we could literally just tap it, because I genuinely feel like once this thing topples over 100K, right, it will make like a small retracement, but it will keep on moving, guys. Like I feel like maybe this is the time to be involved. I just don't want people to be joining this the bull run out of FOMO, you know. So yeah, this is the daily time frame, right? We have a nice fair value gap. I highlighted like the half of this thing, right? When we go over to the 4 hour time frame, like it's not as clean as we'd want it to be, but it gives us a reference point to where we can execute, especially as traders, right? We could come in with our buy limit relatively over here, right? Bingo bango, and then stop loss just below over here, and then take profit just over there, right? It is a 1:2. You could even play around with the RR, but for us it's a safe one. We'll even go for 100K flat, right? I'll even come to the coordinates over here and really type it out really nicely. We will go for, hopefully it does allow, we'll go for 100K flat, relatively along that line. TP would be already there, so we just have to allow price to do its thing, guys, like I said. But with Bitcoin, it's looking really nice, looking really pretty, especially with the way the market's been moving for the past few days, right? It's been rallying, guys. like day after day after day, it keeps on pushing and pushing. So we'd like to see how Bitcoin does move. And then now, ooh, word of the day. Because I always usually do this for the guys that do watch. I think I think today I'm going to talk about consistency, and it's something that I've noticed that I would pat myself on the back, especially for this year for the consistency. You think you're a consistent person, and what people think consistency is just showing up and doing what you need to do 100% of the time, right? And with consistency, it boils down to so many things, guys. It's tied down with the matter of discipline, number one, and it's also tied down with the fact that you're not going to be motivated every day to come to the chart. You're not going to be motivated every day to analyze, guys. You're not going to be motivated every day to trade, right? But having that discipline and having that consistency is what's going to keep you in the game long enough. Because imagine, a lot of you guys have been trading for what? This full year, right? Let's say we look at you trading this whole year. Some of you guys literally have taken trading seriously for like 3 months. I know guys who've been trading consistently for 9 months straight, and they've made so much progress because they're putting themselves out there, guys. If it's you are that type of person, right? It is the end of the year now. The year's coming to a close. 2025, let it be a year where you actually sit down with the markets and actually try and trade each and every single week. I'm not saying take opportunities, but analyze the markets every single day consistently, and you're bound to get somewhere as a trader, guys. You're bound to get somewhere. Trust me, you will. So that is the word of the day. It's a matter of consistency, guys. Keeping your head up high, understanding that this is your own race as well. That's another major thing we need to understand, especially as traders, especially black traders as well, guys. I know a few guys, and I've been a victim as well. You make some money from the charts, and you feel like you need to show that you are a trader and show people that, oh, I'm making this amount of money, guys. Whenever you do make your profits, keep it to yourself. Pay yourself. Really invest into different types of things. We have meme coins now. Look into those types of things, guys. It's the world is moving in a place of an abundance in terms of opportunities, especially with where we are as traders, guys. The chill meme guy literally bought crazy. I know people who made 200K, 100K just off of that meme, guys. It's crazy how we are living in a world where it's ridiculously surprising how there's so many opportunities, and I think we should just put ourselves out there, guys. But nonetheless, guys, I reckon this is gonna be like a what? This third last video of the year. I'll do two more breakdowns, and then afterwards we'll call it quits for the year. I'll probably do like a whole series of December. And then if you guys are interested in the bootcamp, comment down bootcamp so I can set up a whole thing for everybody. January we all have a bootcamp together. We grow together and we really really operate, guys. But nonetheless, it is Mr. Flair signing out.